If you're not up, guys, you're slacking. You need to make sure you're up, well, live, active, ready. I might buy one just for $380. Guys, this is why you need to pay attention to candlesticks. Long wick to the upside, indicating that sellers are stepping in. I made $120 off trading Apple, exactly what I said I'd do. This is a very nice zone here. Literally, this is all I play is just one single level. I don't care about no fancy indicators, no tools. Good morning, my fellow traders, and welcome back to another live trading session, guys. It has been quite some time since we showed you guys us live trading the market and showing you guys how we make money trading the simple break and retest strategy. Now, I already posted my ideas here. As you guys can see, I have one idea on the SP 500s for a very simple break and retest on the weekly time frame. So it's going to take some time for that to actually play out. Plus, we have Apple here. Guys, we played Apple about 2 times already on some puts down to the downside off of this very simple rejection zone. So again, we're going to probably take some puts here if the market tends to tumble. If the market tumbles, if the SP 500 does do the pullback, if QQQ does do a pullback, if the whole market shows signs of some bearish downtrends in the intraday markets, then most likely I'm probably gonna take some Apple puts. Now we have 9 minutes or 8 minutes till the market opens. I have my nice breakfast here that I already went to the gym at 4 a.m. guys. If you guys are not up early, either in the gym or just in general up before the market even opens, creating a game plan. If you're not up, guys, you're slacking. You need to make sure you're up, well, live, active, ready, and making sure that you're on point with your brain today. So with all that being said, let's see how much money we can make today. Let's show you guys exactly how we trade, and let's get into today's video. A couple stocks on watch here. We got QQQ, SPY, AMD, and Apple here. Now, the reason why I watch a couple different stocks, as well as I even watch NVIDIA, AMD, or Amazon, Microsoft, Meta, Google, Tesla, you name it, guys. I watch all the Magnificent Sevens just to make sure that I'm in the right direction. Now, with all that being said, first 5 minutes of the market after market being open, and QQQ is here on a support, trying to bounce. Same thing with SPY, kind of around the general area. Now, I don't plan on trading SPY up here. The only thing I'm watching, guys, is Apple. But Apple's trying to do its absolute best to break out. But of course, I'm still watching it, guys. I'm not a trader that trades the first 5 minutes of market being open. I usually give it about 30 minutes to an hour before I take my first trade. All that being said, I'm gonna show you guys what I do trade if I take a trade per usual. And let's get a trade. We're getting the market tumble, guys. QQQ is trying to break below the support where it was just recently holding. SPY is obviously on a downtrend on the intraday market, like how we kind of spoke on about earlier, where this is what we would need in order for us to take a position on Apple here, which I'm currently still on Apple. Don't want to get into too early, considering that on a higher time frame, it does take some time for it to generally get out this general zone that we're in. Now, again, you can see we are back in this zone one more time. It does have a long wick to the upside, so I might buy one just for $380 for next week expiration in the money to 1250 call or puts. And I might enter some Apple puts and just risk it here, since market is taking a big tumble, and I do expect it to continue on, to be honest, and it might definitely influence Apple to pay as nicely. So we're gonna enter some Apple puts, just one of them for right now, and if I do buy 2, we'll enter 2 of them, which will put us in for a grand total of $760, which is pretty nice. We're gonna take this trade here, and I'll update you guys with what happens, but to be honest, it's gonna take a lot of time. So I'll update you guys with the 4-hour candle closure and how everything looks price action wise and everything. Do some activities real quick and then come back and update you guys with how the market's looking. So I went out to run a quick errand, and as I was out, guys, I made $120 off trading Apple, exactly what I said I'd do. Because that's how simple it is, guys. We keep it simple. I don't really care about trying to overcomplicate my trading style. It's very simply just break and retest, and every single time I capture the retest, I'm most likely gonna enter. That's how simple it is. So I'm gonna show you guys right when I get home, the setup and everything that happened. So now we're back home, and I'm gonna show you guys how awesome this trade was, because guys, you guys already saw me call it out in the beginning for Apple being a potential play for just a very simple breakdown to the downside after market being overexhausted from all this bullish momentum, SPY hitting all-time highs, and everything else practically hitting all-time highs as well. These are my contracts here. You guys can see I've been in the trade for over 2 hours, made a nice $125 off a single trade, 33% gain in return, a nice 1-3. Next week contracts, so literally the pullbacks did not hurt me whatsoever. Literally the most I ever saw was a negative 2%, and this thing ended up going nicely. Let me show you guys right now. So here's Apple from earlier when I showed you guys on the breakdown how this is a very nice zone here. Literally, this is all I play is just one single level. I don't care about no fancy indicators, no tools. Literally just every single time a break and retest. Now the reason why I say it is because one time we bounced here, bounced again, broke through. Here's the retest. Now I didn't capture it this time, but I played it this time. Made a nice gain here, then again watched it here, caught a nice retest for a second trade here, missed it here, and didn't watch it until here we are again, guys. And this is how simply I trade. So again, all we did was notice this nice little trend line here going up to the upside, getting a nice breakdown. Now in the first moment of market being open, Apple was very strong. You can see, guys, this is why you need to pay attention to candlesticks. Long wick to the upside, indicating that sellers are stepping in. What does that mean? That means sellers took control. Super long wick to the upside. Now the candle didn't even close. I still had 2 more hours for this candle to close, but you know what? I just had to trust the technical analysis and trust the price action, which in this case, the price action was telling me that market is selling off. Plus, I'm gonna show you guys SPY here shortly. But look how much this thing just kept going on down. First of all, bounce in the pre-market, long wick to the upside, like I told you guys. Then look at the price action, guys. Nice breakdown below. Look at the price retest in this general trend line. Perfect retest. Another perfect retest. That's exactly why I got in. And guys, a nice breakdown. Very nice trade. Should have entered 2, but I only bought 1 of them. Looked back at my phone, I was up fat. The reason why I expected market to have a pullback today is because after SPY broke out of this major resistance and broke all-time highs, mostly due to the weekly time frame, I was expecting on Monday, which is today, a decent pullback, at least on the day, because I couldn't imagine another rocket. Like, that would just be insane. Now, of course, that's not technical analysis wise. That's not anything. That's why I didn't even trade SPY. That's just me with my gut feeling after market hitting all-time highs, breaking this resistance. Come on, we are definitely due for a pullback, and that's exactly what had happened today. So as soon as we got that pullback today, I literally entered some Apple contracts to the downside. I made a nice $125 off some Apple puts. Which again, guys, that's how simple it is. So it's been a while since I made a vlog, but I made a nice $125 off Apple for a quick, very simple trade plan. Guys, all I did was enter the trade. Hours later, opened up my phone while I was running errands, opened up to a nice 33% gain. Now that contract only cost me $380. I initially was supposed to go in for 2 of them. So had I bought 2 of them, I would have been up $250 off that single trade, which would have been nice. Either way, we always have the rest of the week all the way till Friday, and I'll catch you guys on tomorrow.